Okay, so I am spending the morning today, the day today. We're just a few days away before leaving for the Atacama Desert in an attempt to run the length of the Atacama Desert. And what I'm doing this morning is I am starting to sort through the gear that's going to go in my backpack. So far, that's everything that has to go into that backpack, which already has the tent in it. And hopefully be enough gear and supplies for me to make it for the length of the Atacama Desert, approximately 16 days, running something like 40 miles a day. And of course, all of the water. But what Kevin and I try to do is tear everything down as much as we can and make things as light as possible. We're going to have one water resupply each day. So why don't I start there with the gear, just to give you a sort of an idea. What I decided to do this time, since I'm carrying so much water with me, on the expedition, both of us will have to carry equal supplies. We're each actually, believe it or not, carrying a one-person tent. It just worked out to be much lighter after we stripped the tents down to almost nothing. So I'm going to be carrying my water in these flexible flasks, which I know they look unbelievably fragile, but they're pretty durable. I've tested them for the entire summer and into the fall, and they work really well. I'll lighten up these caps and everything. Speaking of being light, I mean, one of the things that we do is we weigh absolutely everything. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's a great way to figure out, what tags can we cut, how can we make stuff lighter. But there are some items that we bring on our expeditions, whether it's a youth-based expedition or it's a, one of these expeditions, and that is our Canadian flag, of course, which has been with us on every expedition that we've done since running the Sahara. So it's pretty critical to have that. And then we have the real basics. I mean, I'm going with a super lightweight headlamp. I'll have this is our first aid kit when we're out on the run, and so as you can imagine, I know it looks really minimal, but we're treating for blisters, and hopefully that'll be the most serious injury. Fuel, and we're going to be using a minimal fuel. We'll each carry fuel, and then of course we have a titanium pot, so we're going to be limiting how much heating of the water that we'll be getting each day as we get our resupply from our team. And of course the goal is to find the team, and every 80 to somewhere around 80 kilometers we'll either hit a community along the way or we will meet up with our crew depending on the day. And so it'll work out to be one water drop and one food drop combined. They'll be at the same time per day. So that's everything we've got so far. We've got some really cool gear too. Canada Goose, as most of you people know that follow Impossible to Possible, is a big supporter of our organization. And this is a jacket. Check this out. It's totally almost see-through. It's the wind shell they made for us. It weighs absolutely nothing. And they keep coming up with really creative things. There's even an ultralight down jacket that I've packed away already that they made for us, among other items. So they're doing some really cool stuff for us in helping us out. So that's a first brush at the gear, and I will do a secondary video later on showing you some of the electronic stuff that we'll be using to communicate with schools.